Well, it's mid-October, perfect weather for range skill days. And so we've got some packages to talk about. I'll send you an email, have it in print, and I'll try to introduce you to some of the information here on the video as well. So I made some notes. I'll try and stick with my notes. And so here's what's coming up for October. So next week, just a few days away, it's our new class this year, which is Beyond the CCW. What's it sound like? Well, just about that. So people who have done their licensing and done all that stuff, now they're ready and say, okay, now that I got my permits and I'm looking for a gun, and so what do I need to know about being effective on the street? And so this is advanced tactical stuff for graduates of the licensing program. And so let me talk a little bit about that. Made some notes so I don't get off track. So you have a couple of choices, maybe three altogether. Choice number one is our class is entitled Beyond the CCW. So just like it sounds, it's those things you need to know beyond just getting your license. And here's some of the topics we're going to cover. And because what could this be about? It's about the gunfight. It's about you fighting for your life effectively. And so here's some of the things we're going to cover on that first day. It's a 2-day course. And here's what we cover on the first day. We'll talk about refining your grip and your stance. Where do your feet go? How do you shape your body? And so grip and stance. Boy, if you don't have a sturdy platform, you're not going to hit what you're aiming at. And so grip and stance are very important. We'll talk about accuracy shooting drills. And so you need to be accurate to win the fight. We'll talk about holster presentations. And so those of you that have been through the class, the holster was just a place to put the gun while you wandered around on the range. This time we're going to use it as we would in an urban situation. So draw strokes from the holster safely, accurately, and quickly. And then we'll talk about drawing from concealment. We're not going to wear it openly, right? So we'll have a concealment garment, either an open front concealment garment or a closed front concealment garment. We'll talk about that. And we'll do new shoot or no shoot decision drills. What do you think? Would there be that time when should I shoot him or not? Yeah, it's the shoot, no shoot. What makes it shootable and what makes it not so shootable? So we'll talk about those drills and multiple assailants. Any chance your attack could include multiple assailants, then we should know how to drill with that. And so we'll do that. And moving while shooting. If you stand in one place, you'll be a very easy target to hit. And so you may be able to shoot and move and shoot. And so this won't be a class where we're just standing around with our feet planted on the ground. You're going to learn what reality is like in a parking lot assault. And then we'll probably even touch on hostage rescue scenarios even on that first day. Because on the second day, here's what we're going to talk about there. We'll handle at least 4 different types of malfunctions. And you'll learn to clear these malfunctions while in the middle of the shooting scenario. You don't get to go back to a workbench and work on your gun. You'll fix every malfunction with the gun out there pointed at your adversary, and you fix the malfunction by feel and not by sight. That would be a good skill to have. And then we'll talk about learning about gunshot trauma. If you're in the gunfight, any chance somebody might get hurt? Sure. And so gunshot trauma, handling wounds. More explicitly, we're going to talk about trauma work and tourniquet work. And then the importance of backup guns. Any chance the gun that you're shooting might go down? Sure. And so we'll talk about the importance of using a backup gun, right hand shooting only, left hand shooting only drills, introduction to flashlights and shooting with a flashlight. That takes us up for about our first 2 days. And some people choose to do that part of it. And so that's the Way Beyond class. That's beyond the CCW class, the Way Beyond class. Kind of like it sounds. We went way beyond. We added a 3rd day to it. And so the 3rd day, if you stick around for that one, we'll talk about what to be expected in the middle of that ambush. What would you do? How would you handle the ambush? What would you do? Moving and shooting, making decisions. We'll talk about tactics inside the home as well as different tactics for outside the home, on the road, in the building, outside the building, parking lots, different scenarios. We'll also talk about shooting different types of pistols. Pistol is a semi-automatic. So different types, double action, single action. We'll talk about doing revolvers, and we'll shoot some revolvers. You all have to have a good time shooting some revolvers, because what's the chances you might need to shoot one day? And so we'll get a chance to pull the trigger on a revolver as well as a pump shotgun. And a good 12-gauge shotgun, nice tool, so you should know what it feels like and how to work it. And so that'll be part of that day. And also part of our 3rd day in the Way Beyond will be introduction to the AR-15, Urban Defense Rifle. And so the AR-15 will be part of that program as well. So introduction to all those guns You may have only worked with a pistol up to this point, but now we're going to do revolvers, we're going to do shotguns, and we're going to do AR-15s. Let's see what else we have in store for you. Addition shooting shotguns, purse carry. And so purse, or if you're a male, I guess it would be called a merce, right? Our computer bags, shoulder bags, things like that. Other places to put the gun. And we'll talk about introduction to shoulder harnesses. And so shoulder draws and shoulder harnesses, very comfortable, either boys or girls. And so we'll talk about shoulder rigs, as well as how about different positions. We'll talk about shooting from a knee, shooting from a squat, shoot from your belly, shoot from your back, and maybe other positions as well. Because what's the chances you might go to the ground in your gunfight? If you go to the ground in the gunfight, you need to know how to fight from the ground. And so I'm not just going to talk about it, we're going to do it. Now, I won't ask anybody to do anything that hurts. And so don't be intimidated by this. If you got bad knees, I won't ask you to make them worse. And so we'll do things that are within your comfort level for sure. And so then we're going to add one more day to it. And we're going to do shooting from cover. We'll do shooting from a knee, shooting with a partner or a family member, and shooting multiple assailants, and we'll do some more hostage rescues at the very end of our third day. And so with that, we'll also add even a fourth day. We don't often do the fourth day, but we did. And so the fourth day can be done by itself, all alone, or you can add it to the previous days. And so the fourth day is the Tacti-cool steel day. So it's our big steel day. We have more tactical steel to shoot than I think any other range I know of this side of the Mississippi River. And we're going to have a lot of it out for this course. So there'll be a lot of steel to shoot. And look at the video that comes with that here at the bottom of this page and see what that's like. And so some extra shooting for that. Pricing. Pricing is there on the bottom of your page. The Beyond the CCW is priced. That's a 2-day course. It's at $17.76. If you open it up and add the last day to it, which is all the different guns and shotguns and AR-15s and revolvers, adding that then becomes a 3-day, and the price for the 3-day is $27.76. And the steel day can be done as an add-on, or it can be done by itself. And you can add it on to one of these other classes, or just come for the steel day, so long as I still have room for you on that. And the steel day is $7.75. And so add up whatever you think is good for you. And if it looks like that's something you'd be serious about, pick up the phone and give me a call. Registration is done by telephone. And so the phone number is at the bottom of the email. It's the same as always. It's 360-378-1776. Give me a call with any of your questions or registration. I hope to see you next week.